Meditate, manifest, invest in you. Join me on my spiritual journey as I elevate myself and like-minded listeners to a higher level mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for listening. This is Black Hippie Lounge, and I am your host, Chanel. So I'm back. I have just been really busy dealing with work and just started back in school. I moved. So just trying to juggle a lot of stuff in August, and I just really didn't have time to record. And also, I always say, if I'm going to record, I want it to be because I really took the time to think about the topic and stuff, and that I'm in the right headspace for it. So I'm in that right headspace now. So just been getting back in classes. This is my last year. If you've been listening from the beginning, I had some issues with school, with them trying to basically kick me out. So I had to fight and write an appeal and everything. I won my appeal, and I'm back in school. And I also got them to rightfully pay for the class that they messed everything up with. So I'm back on track. And like I said, I'm in classes this semester. And then next semester is my last one. And I can't wait. For multiple reasons. I feel like that situation taught me a lot of things about myself, as well as just how things can be in life. I feel like it occurred for multiple reasons. I feel like it definitely occurred because I needed to stay here in Boston another year or so, because my plan was to just hurry up. I was trying to, let me backtrack. The program is a 3-year program, and I was on track to finish in 2 years because I had basically doubled up by choice and was paying for 2 classes versus just taking it the projected route of 3 years, because I just wanted to be done with it, and because I was in the mindset of I want to hurry up and move. And I feel like when that whole situation occurred, as well as the pandemic, it slowed everything down. And I had some things that happened, and some people that I met that I probably wouldn't have met and had happen if I was on the track. So I feel like that the whole situation with school slowing down occurred for multiple reasons that I'm still figuring out as of now. So I'm definitely grateful for it. But at the end, my point was that the whole situation with the school and the way they handled it, excuse me, and it just makes me, I'm definitely still going to be happy to graduate, but now I really just can't wait to get away from those people, because of the way that they handled things. I feel like they were just very unprofessional about it. But anyway, I'll be getting my master's, so it's still an accomplishment no matter what. But it's just more so now I'm just wanting to hurry up and finish to be done with the school versus being finished to complete, if that makes any sense. So anyway, beyond that rant, it's fall technically, but I feel like the weather is always weird here in Boston. Now it's picking up with the heat, which is stupid, because for me, I feel like it ruins the whole fall fashion, because it's cool in the morning, then warm and hot during the day, and it just messes up. It can mess up your flow. I don't know. We're back in the schools. Womp womp. I'm back in school as far as my job. We're back physically in the school. I'm not a fan of that at all, because I got used to working from home for over a year. So physically having to wake up and get ready and get out of the house and be at the school all day, I'm trying to get used to it. I really am, but I'm hoping that shutdown comes about pretty quickly. Especially because this is my last year finishing up, so I just want to be not bothered. But anyway, So kids are back in school. I personally, my school, we don't have to go to classes. Luckily for me, I am still virtual for my grad school. So that's that. I sound like this because of my allergies. I have no idea what happened. Just like the rain, which sucks because now it's like, I don't know if anybody who has allergies has the same thing happen to them, but lately my allergies will flare up, but it'll flare up as a cold almost, but it's not like there's no fever. It's just constant coughing and I lose my voice, and it's not fun. So anyway, the episode for today, it probably will be a little short, but it's just about this thing that I came across. It says, you are not behind in life. Your journey is just different. And personally, for me, that definitely resonated with me because I feel like not even just me, but like when I talk to my friends and people that I just know, I feel like a lot of the times, and it also makes me think about this quote that I saw today, that you have to be easy on yourself because a lot of the times when you were younger, like the life that you pictured for yourself when you were younger was, you pictured it before you actually knew what it takes to be an adult, if that makes any sense. So I feel like for me, like when I was younger, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to graduate and I'm going to get the perfect, get my job and get the money that I want and be able to buy my house and get married, have kids, blah, 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 blah. And that's all going to be so easy because I want it. But, for me, when I went to college, it was like when the economy was trash. And so when it was time to graduate, there were no jobs for people who are graduating from college. And it's still kind of like that as well, where it's just tough, the job market and matching what you go to school for. So that plus just the housing market, everything, just life happens. It usually doesn't happen the way you think it's going to happen, right? Because we always say God is still in control no matter what plan you create in your head. So many things, so many distractions, and so many things happen that kind of can put you off track, or not necessarily it's putting you off track. It's putting you where you're supposed to be, right? So a lot of the times it's easy to get caught up in this idea that you're not doing your best, or you're not where you're supposed to be, or you're behind in life. But you're never really behind in life. You're just where you are where you're supposed to be. And I feel like this past year and a half, 2 years, definitely I've learned that. Like I said before, I've met a lot of people that had a lot of things happen and done things that more than likely I wouldn't have been able to do if I stayed on this, path that I was on to just hurry up and finish school and get out of here. That was my goal. And now being here has definitely opened me up to the idea of staying, but it's definitely not still my goal to. I'm more open now, I would say, to whatever happens next type of situation. I'm more so wherever I'm going to be able to get the position that I want is more what I'm going for. So, and it's the point of this episode was to say, to remind listeners as well as myself that, again, like the quote says, you're not behind in life. Your journey is just different, but you're always where you're supposed to be. I feel like as of lately, the past couple of months, 6 months or more, I've caught a lot of angel numbers. And those tend to mean different things. The ones that I've caught is usually the same ones. And it's usually in reference to some type of change, or I catch 555, which is change. Something new is coming. I've caught that a lot. Excuse me. I don't know what it is yet. I've got 444, which is protection. The universe is protecting you. I've caught 222, which is definitely has to do with this episode, is alignment. You are in the right place at the right time. As well as 333, which is support. Your spiritual guides are sending you love, support, and guidance. So those are the ones that I've caught a lot. Alignment, that I'm where I'm supposed to be. Something new is coming, and I am being supported on my journey. So those, to me, it's reassuring. And usually it occurs when I'm thinking about something in my life that either I feel like I might want to change, or if I'm thinking of something that I need to do, or just whatever. It usually comes at the right time. And it kind of sets me back into the right frame of mind to just, for one, keep going. For two, don't think that I'm doing something wrong, because I'm where I'm supposed to be. You're always going to end up where you're supposed to be, no matter how many detours you take or how many mistakes you make. You're always going to be where you need to be, because you're always being guided in the direction that God wants for you. So just a reminder to, be easy on yourself, and to remember that, what I said in the beginning, is that you are not behind in life. Your journey is just different. And that can go for, comparing yourself to friends and families or whoever else, and, thinking that at this certain age you should be done with this, or you should have accomplished this. Like, as long as you accomplish it, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter when you do it, because, you might not have done it at that age that you have in mind, because, you have to remember that God can see ahead of time about what's on your path and what's coming. So if something hasn't happened yet, it's for a reason. And like they say, everything happens for a reason in divine timing. Very much believe in divine timing. Everything is going to happen at the right time for you in your life, in your journey. You might have to, you need to maybe accomplish some things before you can be able to do the things that you're hoping to do for yourself or to have happen in your life. Whether it be like kids, marriage, a certain job or something, a certain graduating at a certain time, whatever. Like, I'm sure, like, even for me, I was thinking that I was going to be graduating in 2021, my bad. And I didn't graduate, but I'm glad I didn't, because so many things have happened. And I know my friend who, some people who did graduate on time, they still trying to find jobs and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that would have happened to me, but I just feel like everything happened. It's better now. Like, I'm in a space where I was able to accomplish the things that I wanted to accomplish before starting back at school. And now I'm in a space where I can just, get it done. I was going to get it done regardless, but I'm in a better space to be able to get it done. And it's all coming together, and I'll be able to, God willing, if nothing happens with COVID or everything, we'll be able to walk. I know last year they weren't able to walk. So, we got to look at the big picture and look at how things are playing out and try to find the positive in things. And to, again, remember, like, you're not behind. Your journey is different, and that's okay, because it works for you. Something that might work for you might not work for somebody else. So it's more so like focus on your own stuff versus what somebody else is doing. That's I feel like another point to take from that is that you're not behind, you're where you're supposed to be. And isn't there, like, there's a quote, I think it's like the thief of joy is comparison or something like that. Basically in regards to that, like, when you compare yourself to other people, you're comparing your life or your accomplishments or your journey to somebody else's. First of all, you don't know what they're actually going through, because, everything looks great on Instagram, but, some people could be suffering behind closed doors. And it just might not be a situation that's good for you just because it looks like it's good for them. Or there are certain things that they're willing to to deal with that you're not, or some, like your journey is specific to you. So the more that you focus on somebody else, the more time it's actually taking from your journey, which is making things slower and making you feel behind, versus if you focus on what you're doing for yourself, you won't feel behind. You'll consistently, like I was saying, getting these, maybe you won't get the angel numbers, but for me, I consistently have gotten angel numbers, and it just reminds me each time, like, oh, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're right on time. And it kind of relieves me to just not even feel stressed about where I'm supposed to be or trying to move anything faster or whatever. And you kind of have to consistently try to remind yourself of that, everything will work out how it's supposed to be, and to focus on your plate and things that you have to do for you versus what somebody else is doing, because it just helps you to not necessarily move faster, but to consistently stay on track and stay on time for yourself, because you are responsible for your life, your journey, and for figuring out what that means for you. And also, all the lessons that come along the way, as well as just enjoying it too, making sure that you enjoy everything that's happening in your life, and just keep going. It's very easy to, like I said, kind of steal your own joy and get wrapped up in where you're supposed to be, and then it kind of puts you in this spin of things of, oh, I'm not there, and this person's doing this, and I'm not there yet, and I've done this, but I haven't done this yet, and it's just too much. It's too much for the human brain, and it's not what we're supposed to be doing. So, just closing out, just focus on your own journey, enjoy your journey, and remind yourself that you're not behind. You're where you're supposed to be, and you take the time to enjoy where you are, as well as focus on and stay open to where you're going to be, and don't compare yourself and your journey to anybody else's, but your own. Just focus on yourself, and that's how you can be able to enjoy what's going on in your life. So I hope this helped and resonated with somebody, and I will try to work on some topics, and if anybody has some that they want me to talk about, I can definitely do that. And I'm gonna try to, like I said, stay on track with doing episodes. I'm trying to figure out, this is the first week or so of school, so I'm trying to juggle that and figure out all of that plus work and stuff. So bear with me, but I'm definitely gonna try to think of more topics to discuss and try to do more episodes, get back on track with that. So I hope that you have a good rest of your week, and that take time to do some self-care and enjoy your time and your journey and your life, and keep going. That's all I have. So this is the Black Hippie Lounge, and I'm Chanel, and have a great day.